3, out.
4 and 5 are sort of reddish colours.
4, out. 5.
Surprisingly for John, not all words appear in color. Since childhood, only words that fit into sequences, like numbers, or days of the week, or months of the year, have color.
Drop.
I think as soon as I started to be aware of things that needed to be ordered, I started to attach colours and spatial attributes to them.
It's off there, John, if you
Okay,
want to
right, we're going to go the sides, are we?
Yeah, we did.
Incredibly, John's blindness has not stopped him from experiencing color. So is his synesthesia a benefit or a hindrance?
It's a nice thing to have because it enables you to be able to distinguish things one from another. You can distinguish Saturday from Sunday because they've got different colours.
Because he's blind, John is an ideal person to study. His synesthesia cannot possibly be influenced by signals from his eyes. So his ability to see colors must be triggered by something deep inside his brain.
Okay, keep your head nice and still. Pushing it on.
At Oxford University, Megan Stephen is conducting an experiment. Using brain imaging technology, she's hoping to discover exactly what's going on when John sees synesthetic colors. A scanner will highlight the parts of his brain that are activated when he hears words.
Outside, okay? All right. Okay, John, we're going to do the first experiment now. What I'd like you to do is just relax and listen
First,
to the words that
Megan monitors John's brain activity when he listens to words that don't show up in color.
Like, exquisite, society, more. Okay, John, how did that go?
Okay, yeah.
Neuroscientists have discovered that each of our senses are normally processed in different areas of the brain. Vision areas should only be triggered by signals from the eye. Hearing by signals from the ears. It's even the same with tactile senses, like touch.
If you look at the brain, the anatomy of the brain and how it's organized, look at where the obvious nerve bundles go to, it all looks as though the senses are completely separate from each other.
As expected, as he listens to these ordinary words, John's scan shows brain activity in his sound processing areas.
Okay, here we go.
But then Megan reads from a list of words that for John trigger colors.
February, April, Saturday.
The scan reveals something very intriguing. When he hears words that appear in color, not only is the sound area of his brain active, but so are parts of his visual region, parts of the brain that should only be activated by a signal from the eye.
When John hears words like Monday or January, he sees a specific color, and you can see here the area of his brain that lights up when he sees that color. An area of the brain we call V4. It's a visual area, and it's an area that processes information about color. We also have another area that's lit up at the same time, and that's an area we call V1, another visual area. If a sighted person were to look at red, you would see these same areas of the brain activated. But John, of course, is blind, so we know that the only way he could be activating these areas of the brain that process vision and color is through the synesthesia.
These conclusions indicate that synesthesia is the result of connections between regions of the brain which are typically completely separate.
That, I think, must mean that particular groups of nerve cells are becoming connected, functionally somehow connected together with each other. So when one group of nerve cells fires off, then another bunch somewhere else, maybe a long way away in the brain, very specifically fires off together with it. And you get these conjunctions of sensation.
It makes me confident that I'm not actually making this up.
We've got hard proof now. You can tell your wife that you weren't kidding all along.
It now appears that these unusual connections within the brains of synesthetes create the sense of a strange world that doesn't actually exist. However, recent discovery suggests something else. that synesthesia may not be such a rare condition after all. In fact, it may be a gift we all have, whether we realize it or not.
Synesthesia could be the key to an omni-perceiving world. Perhaps ignorance could be reduced, and talents could be magnified. Would it create chaos among the differing perceptions? We can use the gifts of synesthetes to educate us on the senses of the human brain and how we see the world, good or bad. It's our perception.